And we got our music going on, guys. Let's go ahead and get into the cockpit here and get a recharge real quick. Oh yeah, we gotta have our breakfast slop. Ah. Oh, it's so gross, man. I gotta get some real food. Hopefully we'll get lucky and we'll find some real food soon. On this episode, we got a few things we need to do. Okay, looks like we got good clear weather today. That's gonna be good. We do need to get this finished up. We're gonna get the front, the nose of this fine vessel sorted, and then we're gonna do some work on the truck and get the truck finished up. We'll get some armor plate in place on the front. Figure out the. Thank you so much, Minuteman, for the comment on last episode about the conveying to the GAT might be an issue. Why it didn't support us against those pesky bugs. Also thinking about falling to the floor here. And I'm also thinking that I want to be able to go up here. See, we need to get this fixed up, the front end. We need the bumper in place. We need the armor plating up. We need to get the whole nose sorted. We need to get this conveying set up. Although, I don't know why it should be fine. It is conveyed directly to this container. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that. It should... Let's see here. Let's see. Do we have ammo in there? Yeah, there's ammo in there. I mean, I think I'm seeing that, yeah. So I'm not sure why it's not targeting like it should. I'm looking to see, yeah, characters, neutral, stations, target enemies, enable target locking. Oh, maybe it's because it's set for weapons. Let's, wonder if we do default. And then maybe that'll do it. I don't know. It might be because it target weapons. It may not target those with it on weapons. I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and get that taken care of today. Get this kind of figured out here. We gotta get the walkways in place too. I want to be able to get the walkways going all the way up so we can get the rest of this angled up. I was also debating whether to put that thruster on top or leave it out here. I don't know yet. We'll have to figure it out. I also want to be able to alter this so that it covers it a little bit better, I think. But yeah, so let's clean up our mess here. It's going to be interesting because we do want to try to get this thing so that it can be okay. We also need to get this welded up too, but we'll do that when we get the walkways set up to the other side. I think that having no movement for this is actually pretty cool. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do that so that if we do decide to set it up, it can not bop into things. So yeah. Alright, so yeah, we got that to do, and maybe we'll take on another one of these encounters. So I'm kind of curious, if I cut this thing off from here, will it fall down? Probably not because of that. So let's get the rest of this done off here. If it falls down, I guess we'll just deal with it. Actually, I think I want to do this because I don't know. I think we're gonna back up. Let's back this up just in case, just to be on the safe side. We'll see if this. It should stay because it's in station keeping mode, but. Hey, there we go. Now we're working. Oh, but you're not taking it close up. Why? Why did you shoot the one way out there but not the one close up? That's annoying. Alright, let's get this bugs. Okay, we got... Ow. Wow, they really shot that one way out there, didn't it? Hopefully it stays put long enough for me to go out there and see what it had in it. Sometimes they have things we need. Not that, but we'll take it. Sometimes they'll have stuff like, you know what we ought to do? We ought to start taking and checking these things for... Oh. I think I'm going to do a sweep here and check these crater holes. Do a real quick sweep of the crater holes in the area here. I get sidetracked pretty easily. Nope, nothing there. Alright, let's see, is there anything in here? Yep. Nope, nothing else, alright. What do we got? Anything in here? Nope. Here? Nope. Here? Yep. I mean, it's little bits, but you know what? Why not? You know? We're within the coverage of things, so. And here's the thing, some of these things we can use for munitions. I know I'm picking up dirt, I don't really care, I'll just toss it, but I know it's cobalt, but there's things that we can actually build that use cobalt, so we might as well have it, right? Don't care about stone. Let's see about, where's that stone? Drop it. Alright, cool. Yeah, little bits, they count. They count, they really do. Kind of run around here real quick. I don't think there's any other real, there's a crater right there. And looks like we got a little bit of, that looks like magnesium. I'm okay with that. Yep. You can tell, cobalt and magnesium look very similar, but if you look at it carefully, you can tell the difference. Cobalt tends to have a brighter blue, whereas magnesium tends to have a more muted blue. Man, I really want to check out that Pirate Mayday, though. Nope, nothing there. Alright. Okay, back to the Patchwork ship we go. I look at the back end and I just feel like she just needs more. Like, there should be more ship back here. I feel like it just got cut off with a razor blade. Oh my gosh. Alright. Okay, here we go. Alright, so the rest of that we could probably take off from up above. We'll leave that one in place. Alright, let's go ahead and head up there. Yeah, I wonder if we got... Do we have anything? No, we don't. But we can drop off some materials. Got some silver, some iron, some cobalt, and some magnesium. We can process all of it but the silver. Silver and uranium, we don't have a big enough refinery, nor will we probably ever have a big enough refinery. To be able to make these walkways, I mean, I kind of like the passage, but I like the open walkway too. I'm kind of leaning towards maybe putting a passage right here and running it underneath this section here, but I don't know yet. I mean, we have this light here, so we could go with the gantry, and it would keep an eye on things that way. We've got a thruster right there with an intake, but the intake doesn't have to have anything in front of it. We can, I mean, it doesn't have to be like covered or anything, so we could take it all the way. Technically, we could take it all the way out to here if we wanted to, but you know what I think would be really cool is to leave this area out here open and put a spotlight underneath this light fixture right here, which I think I'm going to do. I really like that idea. Also, we do have to, we can't really get around and paint on the outside either. So I think, yeah, we'll use this color scheme here. Alright, I've just taken a second here, guys, to set up the chat. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a spotlight underneath here, and that's going to be the location where we're going to basically, we'll have the exterior wall come out. Hey, thanks for joining. So let's get the spotlight in place here. And we set that up, and that's going to shine underneath, which is going to be really cool. Well, actually, we're going to make sure we don't have a window there. And we'll do one on the other side too. So we got two spotlights on either side. I always thought that was really cool. I don't know, for those of you that may be familiar with the Terminator franchise, I always liked how the Hunter Killers had the spotlights that's shown down below. I always thought that was really kind of cool. So we'll leave this walkway in place here for that. We need to get a walkway out to that one there. So I think we need to get some more girders. Do we have any? Yeah, we do. We have a couple more girders, so let's go and grab those. I like the idea of the walkway over this area where the truck's going to be. And I think back here, I think it should be better served to have an actual, like, passageway. But here's the problem. We can't access these underneath if we don't have the girders. So this area here will have to be open to below, but I don't know. We'll see. We might run, do it like this and then have metal plates over the top of it, which actually makes more sense. So let's go ahead and get some girders in place. Well, girders, and some scaffolding. Now, for those of you that might be watching that don't have all of these little updates and stuff, there's a lot of ways you can just make do with what you have. It works out really well. You don't necessarily have to do exactly what I'm doing. So, like, regular passages work fine too, and you could do that, and that works out just really well. So that could be an option. All right, we're gonna leave that open. Let's see. Well, actually, no. Well, is that there? Was there a light on the other side of that one that I'm actually wasting? Probably. I think I'm going to change that light out and put something else there, and I think what I'll do is I'll be consistent. Well, I think here we're going to go with a, we'll go with a system like this. Because this is going to be access to, we're going to have, over here somewhere is where we're going to have our landing gear. So we're going to want to have that in place, and then the truck's got to extend, so we need to have a buffer between the landing gear and the truck. Yeah. Alright, so that takes that over to here. We still aren't quite there yet, though, but we'll get there. Alright, so actually, you know what I might do? Ooh, I have an idea. This will give us a kind of a workspace, so to speak. You gotta be creative in this game, I'm telling you. Alright, now we can put our little searchlight on this side too. Oh, no, I don't want that. I want that right there. Alright. There we go. And we need motors, and we need a few more, some bulletproof glass, but that's okay. We'll get those things, but now we have our thing in place, and this will also allow us to be able to get this done too. Alright. It's amazing, really, in airships, how much motor you need. You need so many motors. And grids for that. Alright, yeah, we got to get grids, though. That is one thing we definitely got to get, guys. Alright, let's see, what do we got? Alright, so we got any motors? Let's see. No, I don't see any motors. I'm looking. No, wait, there they are. Oh, we got a lot of them. Okay, we'll load up. Because we got a few things we can hit with motors. We can hit this with some motors, that's good. We got this we need to hit with motors. This needs motors. Alright, now what I'm going to do with this one here is I'm going to make this, I'm going to change the name on this. What we're going to do is we're going to go, let's see, that is going to be our port. In case anybody was curious in naval terminology, because I do sailing and stuff like that, the port side is your left and starboard is your right. So that is going to be our port landing piston. Might as well just use, you know, the proper terminology, so to speak. Alright, port landing piston, and that's what we're going to call that. And we're going to have it share an inertial tensor. That way it's all connected and stable. That's what we like. And what we can do is we can actually lower it so that it's properly attached, I guess. So let's so we get a good lock on it. Okay. Well, maybe not. Maybe we won't, because our bow one might be at its limit. So we'll see. That means we're gonna need to, when we actually, we're in station keeping right now. We can look at this and we can go to our info and you can see that we're on station mode, so we're good right now. It's basically make-believe hover. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this other one set up. I want to be able to, I can't label this one right now because we have a light set up in the place of where that is. I don't think I see, oh wait, I can get to it, maybe. Yeah, okay, good. This one we're going to label this, of course, the starboard landing gear. So go ahead with, I'm not using my keyboard, I'm using my controller for this, so I could go with my keyboard, but eh. Okay, starboard landing gear piston. I did not. Actually, you know what? We're going to change that to starboard landing piston. I don't need to put gear because it's technically not the gear. Yeah, that works. Alright, cool. And we'll share inertial tensor for that as well. Just give more stability and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and get this up and running. Okay, good to go. And then while we're at it, let's see if we got enough to give this thing some, yeah, okay, good. And we got leftover, we got 41 left over. Alright, well, it appears we might have enough motors to give everything the motors they need. Oh good, does that mean more bugs show up and we get to shoot them? Let them have it, guys! Alright, let's go down and get some, see what they got. Alright, bugs, what do you got for me today? Sneaky little buggers, there was one left over. Anybody got a power cell? I would really like a power cell. No. Okay, that's fine. We'll take those. And incidentally, there was comment about my plant and cook mod not being on, which is why we're getting all this supplies instead of meat. It's on. I just haven't built anything yet, but yet it's on. So I don't know what's going on with that, but it's active. And we haven't found any food yet, which really sucks actually, because I really wanted food. I mean, I know it's not going to be much, but I kind of really wanted some food, so. But we will set up some food growing up here. Being as how we can't process dirt and stone, we're going to have to get creative with our getting gravel. But I know how to do that too. We'll cover that too. Don't worry, guys. There's a whole lot. Okay, motors are in place for you. You've got full motors there. Your full motors there. Okay, I think all of our... Oh, wait, nope. This one here needs motors. All right. And you've got motors, you just need grids. We really should make a run to get some grids at some point, honestly. Just in case you were curious, the asteroids are set on cataclysmic, which is why we seem to be getting a whole lot. Because, you know, why not? Actually, you know what? We're going to keep that out, and let's go with 100 of those. We'll go 200 of those. Actually, we're going to go 200 of that, and let's go 100 of that, and let's grab the glass, because we're going to need that too. Yeah. Alright, cool. And let's look for more, let's see if we've got more motors, because we do have to finish that turbine. And then we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do for the back end. I don't know yet. We'll have to see. I kind of wanted to angle it up, kind of like the back end of an old sailing ship, maybe. And then set a landing platform above the spot where you can sleep and where we'll have our cabins and all that fun stuff. I kind of don't want to ignite the thing until the front landing gear's in place and until we have our gyro set up. And then we'll see if we can go airborne. The other thing is I kind of wanted to get more batteries because this thing's going to suck up a lot of juice. I mean, seriously. So I'm going to do some quick calculating here. Let's see, that's going to be 2.4. We have 4 of those. So that's going to be about 10 megawatts for the Atmo thrusters. And then we go down to the, where's the large ones at? So it's 10 for the maneuvering, and then for the lifting, we've got basically, what, 4 at 6. So about I think, a generous 40 megawatts of output maximum on all the thrusters as we stand, just on a rough, you know, high-end estimate. So that being the case, the only source of energy we'll have once we become non-stationary is going to be these 2 batteries, and I'm sorry, but the max output is 12 megawatts, so that's 24 megawatts. We will not be able to fly. We just simply don't have enough output for those 2 things. Now, while we have the power, and even with take the solar panels, the solar panels are barely putting anything out, like barely anything. So they're basically useless except for small levels of energy. The bulk of our power is coming from these turbines, and the turbines do not work when you're mobile. They just don't. So basically, in our situation here, where we're sitting at now, we just really honestly can't afford to be doing that. And that's just all there is to it. We just don't have the capability. I wonder if I can put, let's go back here on the back end. Maybe I can stick the, we'll put some aft thrusters for forward motion, and we'll actually put them for now up on top here. Like right here. Actually, I kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of think those guys are cool. Oh, it won't let me put it there, will it? Oh, I need steel plates. Alright, let's go get some steel plates. How did I not? I thought I had steel plates. I thought I must not have grabbed them when I was getting my supplies for this build. Alright, let's go ahead and put that there. Okay. Whoa! That wasn't a good idea. Didn't I say once before I need to put a railing or something there for OSHA compliance? Hey, there's the Sheffield farm. We did that over in the other episode. That was pretty good. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this lined up here. We'll do the one, since this is an external, we'll do a, well, I could put it right there though, actually. Actually, that might be better. What if we put it right, no, one over here. More bugs? That pause usually means, well, we could put it here, which would put it directly over the thing, which is actually not a bad idea because we can kind of go over it with the plates and stuff like that. So that works out really nice, actually. I like that. Yeah, because then we could run a plate up and over, and that's kind of good. So let's go ahead and get that one set up. And this will be our forward. We already have braking thrusters in the front. The braking thrusters are actually, you know what we might do? We might move those braking thrusters right here. And then that would actually leave this to become, yeah, I think I like that a lot better. Because here's the deal, we can always run them up and over, and I like that. And we do it there. Yeah, I don't like it like that on this end. Let's do it on top of here, and then we'll do some greebling around it and stuff like that and make it look all nice and pretty. Yeah, I like that a lot better. I was thinking about that actually when we were sitting down below. Alright, cool. It gives it more of a wing feel, you know? So let's go ahead and get that ground off here, and then we can angle those at an angle down too. And what I might do is, what I was really thinking too, is changing out this stuff here with Willis ducts, and then that way there's some airflow, and I believe Willis ducts are actually lighter. I'm pretty sure they're lighter. PCU 12, and what does a Willis duct have for? Well, let's see here. This is a PCU of 2, and what's a Willis duct got? Just curious, because I feel like it's got the air duct thing going on, and that should be, I would think that would make it a lot lighter. Yeah, see, PCU 1. That's much better. We'll replace all these with Willis ducts. I think that would be really nice. We'll do that. That'll be another project to do too. I want to get these maneuvering thrusters in place though, so that we can be able to get them set up so that when it's time, we're good to go. You know, but we're gonna need more oomph. You know, another thing we might consider doing is we might consider collecting some reactors from some small grid and do a subgrid and set that up, and then we could, if we did that, we could have reactors and use any uranium we find. Particularly if we start running into drones, which, if we take on the bases out that way, we're gonna need it. Alright, we got those in place. Okay, so now we have our thrust situation taken care of. We know what we're doing. This episode we're going to be doing a lot of construction on the Patchwork ship, the Patchwork Airship. As a matter of fact, you know what I think I want to do? Yep, I know exactly what we're going to do here. Well, first of all, on this side here, I like the idea of having a walkway on this side. So I think we definitely need to put, like, I know it's we're kind of doing a great job of blocking our sunshine on this thing. I mean, honestly, it's just really not good. We should probably just take this thing out of here and slap it on the side. We'd probably have a better shot of getting some actual stuff going on. And then just replace this with like some sort of like thin metal or something, I don't know. Maybe set this vent up so that it goes down below. You know, I think I might actually do that. We could line it up with this here, and we could set up an angle piece down here, and that would be acceptable. And we'd still have a walkway if we wanted one. We'd just be very, very, very careful not to fall off this little teeny walkway. But we could. Yeah, it would probably go all the way to here though. But I mean, that's okay. I mean, we could always attach it to the outside. let's see what it looks like. Because I'm just thinking, we're not really, we're covering it up. And that's not really making for a very effective solar panel there. Yeah, see, we could put it right here. Let's see, how far over does it go? All the way to the end. Yeah, we could put it right there, and if we did that, I mean, it would definitely block us out quite a bit. I think it might be better. You know what might be better is, instead of doing it out to there, maybe instead we should extend it. What if we extended it out to here? Huh. What if we did that? What if we put it right here? What if we actually did like a delta wing situation, or even just like, let's make sure we don't fall off this thing. That would be kind of handy. We do it like that. Run it off the side like this. If we did that, we could put 2 on either side, and that would actually give us a lot more solar potential, and it would give us a up and down version. You know what we could do though too? If we set this up on a pivot, then these things would rotate with the sun, and that would actually be really smart, actually. So if we set up, if we put these things out on a thing so that it rotates them while we're flying, that would be really handy. Or maybe just lock them in place, and then we'd have them for additional power, like a solar sail, so to speak. Oh, I like that idea. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that's good. That's brilliant. Let's go. We're gonna do it. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are working on another project before we finish the last one. Because that's how we do this. All right, now that we got this giant hole in our ship, okay, we're gonna need to connect the dots. We need to connect these two here, and in the middle, we need to set up something where we can have a rotation. So I'm thinking, in this instance, it might be smart to do light armor plating. I know we're trying to do Willis ducts everywhere. Well, actually, you know what? We could still do a Willis duct, but we're gonna need to have a heavy armor plate probably right here, and then Willis duct it here. So let's get the Willis duct. And we're gonna put, if we do the Willis duct though, there's not a Willis duct that goes like a, well, yeah, I guess we could do that. Yeah, that'll work. Willis duct to nowhere. Alright, no problem. And then we'll do a Willis duct, and then, now I want to have it be kind of a closed system though, in case when there's a sandstorm and stuff. So we'll put the Willis duct there, but we're gonna go ahead and, let's see here, let's I think we're gonna do, let's get a Willis duct underneath here, or a connector of some kind. So let's go ahead and set this up. I think it would be good to do a Willis duct right here, and we'll have this be like an intake duct. So let's set this up with a Willis duct that goes, let's see, we don't want that there. Well, actually we do. So this is what we're gonna do. We have a conveyoring there, which means we could put up a, yeah. So instead of this, we're gonna put this air vent down there, and we'll hook it into the Willis duct. That way it'll suck in air through the Willis duct. Oh. Okay, well, That wasn't a plan, but okay, let's do that. It's just how it goes, guys. I don't know. I just am trying. I'm just trying to do this. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Okay, we just had some thunderstorms and some heavy rain, and that smell. Don't you guys love that smell of fresh air that comes in after that rain? I mean, it is such a wonderful smell. Alright, so we have an air vent there, it looks like, that goes into the fan. So I think a 4-way Willis duct would be perfect right here, because that will be the intake for our atmosphere system. And I'm thinking this is perfect because we'll set this all up. I have it intake through these Willis ducts on the sides. We'll have a separate Willis duct system inside for light, you know, to lighten up everything. I think this is going to work really well. We can set this up on both sides, and then we'll have our rotating solar array, and that's going to work out really nice. I know we're trying to escape, and we're working a lot on this base, but I'm really enjoying getting this this ship set up. And here's the plan. I know we do have to do the. By the way, if you set it for depressurize, it will pull it, and you'll have oxygen. So this is what the deal is. So I'm thinking we have this base, okay, and it's aerial capable, but it is not orbit capable. So what I'm thinking is that why not take this thing up as high as it can go, make a station out of it, and then we're golden, you see? Because then we don't have to use as much hydrogen to get off the planet, because we're already going to be at high altitude. So that's the thought process here. Since that's going to be covered, we're not going to need that in place. So I think we're going to run the Willis duct underneath there. So I'm thinking we're not going to, well, you know, I don't know if I want to. You know what I think I might do? I think we might run up an oxygen tank somewhere on here too, so that we have oxygen for our air filtration situation. So I think the Willis duct thing, I think there we're gonna have to go with a light instead of a Willis duct. Yeah, I think that would be wise. Or, well, we could run an oxygen tank underneath there, and then that would, it wouldn't necessarily, you know, actually, if we took this out of here, and there's going to be a passage underneath it anyway, if we took that out of there and we put an oxygen tank in there, that would actually be good, because we could still utilize, we'd have our oxygen, just a lab oxygen tank here. I want to change the color of that though. I know we're doing a lot of grays here, but I think for the oxygen, I definitely want to go with the yellow, and let's do some yellow, hazard colors for that. Yeah. Just because, you know, it is kind of a critical system. Do a yellow that way, and see, now that's going to seal up the upper part, but it's going to leave it open on the bottom. Oh, I like that. Okay. Let's switch back to our, oh wait, no, before we do that, let's do this here yellow as well, because we want to try to, I want to try to keep the essential stuff essential. I also want to change the color scheme of our manufacturing to black. I want to keep doing colors that are specific. I didn't want that to be black, I wanted this to be black. Man, it's not letting me get to it. Alright, maybe I can get to it from the underside. I don't think I can, but we'll give it a try. I want that assembler to be black as well. I want everything that's industrial. Nope, we can't get to it because we've got that in the place. Daggone it. Alright, well, it's how it is. I'm not going to screw with it right now, because then I'll have to reprogram certain things. So let's go back to our gray. And that's what we'll use for the Willis ducts over here. Now let's go ahead and get this Willis duct situation set up here. So let's see here. Where are you, Willis Duct? Now, I'm going to do a Willis Duct turn. Alright, there's the corner there. I'm not worrying about lights because, honestly, I don't think anybody's going to be looking at anything. And I'm going to do a T-junction here because that's where the intake is for the thing. Or maybe I shouldn't. Yeah. I think we'll just do a regular duct. Okay, duct and duct. Okay, cool. Alright. Alright. And we'll match the same on the other side as well. So, but I think that this is going to work really well. I just need to get out there and get the rotation set up in place. We don't need an up or down. I mean, we could, but if we did that, it might, well, if we did a horizontal, well, as long as we orient towards the sun, it shouldn't be a problem. But I'm thinking right along here is where we'll set it up. Okay, so in order to get this done, we're going to need to do some scaffolding. And we're out of steel plates. Okay, no problem. We can do that. We're going to get some steel plates. Do some scaffold work. Let's see, are we running low on steel plates? I didn't think so. Okay. Up, energy. We got to get in here and sit down. Yeah, so once we get these two things set up on either side, I think we'll be good to go. And also, it's actually not a bad idea. We could put our hydroponics on there too, but if we did that, we would have to run some stuff. But that's actually not a bad idea. Hydroponics, a little bit on both sides. I mean, we didn't. Here's the thing with the hydroponics: we can wire those, we can link those in with the conveying system. But I don't know that I want to do that because of our limited amount of pipes. We can just manually plant stuff if we want, but it wouldn't be a bad place to put it, and we could glass up the wall, and that would look kind of cool, I think. All right. So let's go ahead and get in here and get some work done. Okay, we need our conveyor, our scaffold. Okay, good. All right. Okay, so now we need to put in a rotor because, oh yeah, we're gonna need 2 turret controllers because the turret controllers are what'll alter them. So we need to come in here, get into our little command area here and set it up. Let's see. Well, we're gonna have these as angles here, so we could take out passages on either side, and that would leave the center line okay for like turret controllers and things like that. So yeah. Well, first let's get this thing set up, then we'll talk about turret controllers and all that crap. It's not going to do any good if we don't have anything in place. So let's go ahead and, I'm getting ahead of myself. I do that a lot. I know you guys see that, but it's just how I like to do things. I don't know. I'm weird that way. Alright. So I'm looking at this, I'm thinking it sticks out pretty far. You know what, maybe it might be better if we recessed it a little bit. But if we did that, we'd have to, well, we could just put that, make that a solid piece right there. And then if we recessed it, we could We set it on a column, and then, yeah, well, that would work. Yeah, we could do that, and then it would rotate on the, yeah, I like that. Does make it a less sturdy, though, if we do it like that. But of course, what's the difference? If we set it back here and we have a column that sticks out, or if we have this and we set them directly on it, well, we still have to put a cross piece, though, that's the thing. Yeah, we're still going to need a cross piece, and then we put the solar panels on there, and, well, no. We could put solar panels on here, but we want it to be, like, uniform, so probably going to have to go out and have a panel on the left and a panel on the right. They'll stick out about this far on either side. Unless we do a single panel, but it's not going to be lined up because they're even numbers. Yeah. Huh. Alright, so let's go ahead and we got that half block here. So I'm thinking if we're gonna do this, let's do a we'll just do a full block right here, I guess. And then we'll do our rotor. Okay, that's going to be over here on automation. No, it's going to be on mechanical. There it is. Rotor. Yeah, that works out a lot better. I like that. And that actually put the rotor's actually slightly out of it, which is good. That's really good. I like that a lot, actually. I think that's going to work out nicely. Whoops! Ow! Well, I need to get that anyway. And while we're out here, let's go ahead and run back over here and check to see what's going on with our battery situation. Oh, we got 2 hours. We're good. Alright, cool. I love the spotlights. That is such a cool thing where when the bad guys show up, they get spotted. And then the guns take them out. We should put, I'm gonna shift the anti-personnel guns to the sides. And then that way we can do some real wicked stuff with that too. Alright, let's go up here. That way the spotlights will spot the target and then the guns will take them out. But we're gonna have to put the guns, because we have the thing that's gonna stick out the side, so maybe put a gun turret somewhere on the, I don't know, maybe above it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Most of the targets are going to be coming... Well, here's the thing. We don't know. Targets could be coming from any direction. Alright, so we're going to need to jump over here. And that is not going to be... We're not going to need those scaffolding like that. What we do need to have is... let's see here. We're going to need... Oh! You know what? I just had an idea. What if we did... No, that's not going to work. Because we have to have it be thick enough to be one grid size thick. So yeah, we're definitely going to need to have some sort of armor plating or something. Oh, I know what we can do. Let's do this. Let's go to here and we'll do one of these. If we do one of these, that would work really well, I think. Because then we could put the solar panel on either side. And then we could have like this walkway that goes out to the end of it. And that's like the neutral position. So let's get, let's see, what do we need to do that? Wait a minute, we have, whoa. Why can't we connect that to there? Why? Unable to place interior wall. Well, that's not fun. Alright, can we place a half armor block? Okay, we got bugs coming. Is that why we're paused? Are we busy spawning things? Is that what's going on? Yep! Alright, let them have it, boys. Okay. Sorry guys, I just want to check on the status of that. Okay, where's this bug at? Let's go collect some parts. Bug, bug, bug. Okay, there was the bug right there. I keep hoping they're going to give me battery. Powers, give me power. Ugh, you guys are not helping me. Alright. Even if they had meat, we'd build a kitchen. I haven't built the kitchen because I don't have anything to cook yet. That's why. Oh, snap. Too soon. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I want to get this thing set up. I want to find out what's going on, why I can't do this, and then we'll get it on together real quick. Alright, so I want to get this in place. Let's see if it'll do it. Why is it not connecting? Okay, let's see here. Do I have to... Oh, it won't do... But it'll do it there. It will... Okay, that's weird. Alright. So, clearly there can't be anything in the way here, I guess. See, it won't do that because it blocks... Okay. So, can I inch out far enough to be able to actually put it on there? Oh, you know what we can do? Ah, nuts. Alright. Okay, let's try it. Let's see if we can inch out far enough to get out there, but I think we're gonna fall. Let's see. Can we do it? Can we do it? Are we able to do it? Can we get on there? Nope. Ow! Oh, but look, we can do it from down here. Outstanding. Alright, cool. And then, from here, we can do a... like that. Like that. And then we can go to here. No, we don't want to use that. We want to use the, there we go. And we go here. And then the last one we'll do will be a light. I think it would look really cool because that could be our running light for the side. Now, we got to be careful though because we might need to add additional... I might have to go with an additional turbine at some point, you never know. There? Oh, well, we're at it. We might as well see if we can get the, see if we can get these deals on here. Now, I want these to be a particular color. I like to have blue. Because it only makes sense. You know, you're in the desert. Alright, now we know the clearance. Alright, cool. Oh man, that is so cool. I have to admit, it's like a... Oh man! Alright, says internet connection quality currently not sufficient to broadcast. I don't know if this recording's gonna actually get recorded, but we're hoping it will. Solar Adventures. Alright, let's get this thing on here. I know, I'm like, I feel like I'm on the teeter-totter that could flip at any minute. We're gonna, I know we were gonna go with gray, but let's do that instead. I like that. Do blue on the end there. Alright, cool. Ah, this is so cool. I like this. We'll be able to breeze through the other side a lot easier. Let's go through here and see about getting all the materials we need to be able to make this thing work. We need some motors. Okay, so let's get the production, see what's going on with the survival kit. I see. So what are we short on here? Short on iron. Okay, no problem. What do we got a lot of that we don't need? Looks like there's a lot of girders. There's like 144 girders, but we'll need them below, but we don't need them right away. How much plates do we have? We've got, oh, we got 1,000 plates. We can easily, yeah, let's get on the recycling here. 500 plates, let's get them disassembled. And then, let's see, in the meantime, we're definitely going to want more of those. We got plenty of those. Let's see here. We're going to definitely want more solar panel cells, so we might as well grab those too. Alright, let's use what we got. Yeah, we need computers and other stuff. Okay, we need girders and comps. Alright. And actually, I wonder if that wouldn't be a good spot to... Now, do I like this for the bottom or for the top? I think I like that for the top. So let's go ahead and put the put a camera right here. Oh no, we got to do the other side because that's right. It's a half block, so yeah. All right. Oh, while we're at it, let's go ahead and add some more parts to this. Might as well. Alright. Okay, let's see. We'll grab 10 of those. We'll grab 20... or no, wait. I don't want 200 of those. 169 of those. Drop. Actually, we'll drop 100 of these. Actually, I need 13. We do need a bunch of these for the willow stucks. We've got, let's see, we need circuit boards. Where's our circuit boards at? There they are. Okay, got those. We'll grab some more tubes. We need those for those willow stucks. Let's see here. I'm trying to see what else I need. We just, girders. Where's some girders? I know I saw a bunch of them here. We were going to get rid of them all, actually, but there they are. We'll take the top off with some girders. And we'll finish with those. We'll take the solar panel cells because we're going to need them. Oops, I don't need them. Even though it's kind of fun to do that, I don't need that right now. I do want to get a fireworks dispenser because I think it's so cool to do fireworks from time to time. But, you know, like when the bugs come, it shoots fireworks off. Alright, we're going to take 20 of those. Alright, cool. Okay, let's go ahead and get the rest of this done here. Let's see, we'll get that set up. Alright, now let's see here. Let's get the rest of this set up first. Alright, that's in place there. That's in place there. It'll help on sunny days, but also if you get high enough, if we get above the cloud cover, we can get some sunshine that way too, which is kind of the other thing I was thinking. If we orient it, it should be a lot better. So let's go ahead and get this done. And then all right, there we go. We got that, and we'll get that in place there. We need some more stuff there. Where's our large pipes? Oh, we're gonna need some more large pipes. We're all out of large pipes. Wow. Alright then. Well, that's okay. You do what you can do and we'll salvage some more. Space Pirate Mayday. That's probably a ship. If it's a ship, it probably has thrusters, and thrusters have big pipes. We may have to go for a fight. That's okay though. We need tubes to do the other side though, but that's okay, we got this. Let's go to the other side over here and get this whole mess started here. Alright, same deal on this side. Do some Willis ducting. And then we'll set up a fan on this side of the of this deal here, I think. Alternate, we have that there. Over here, we have this side here. Yeah, but we'd have to take this. Oh, man. I got on that side, and that's where the fan is over there. But if we do this, to keep the balance, we're going to need to move that center line. Where are we going to put that center line? I guess I could put it out here. Like right up here, I guess? Yeah, we could put it up there. We don't have anything connected to it besides this one thing here. And if we do that, we could actually put a hydrogen tank on either side. But we don't really need hydrogen, but our ship that we're going to launch from this thing will. And that could be useful. Yep. Alright, we're taking this off of here. We'll put the H2O2 gen right here. Always have to be mindful though, we may have to put some sort of armor plate above it if drones start getting feisty around us, but that's okay. Oh, we don't need to be dusty that color, we need to make it... I want to make it white like the rest of these. Actually, no, let's make it yellow with hazard signs. Perfect. Let's turn that thing off because it's just going to pull it. Alright, we're going to drop ice in there. And that way we can put a fan in place. And then we'll set up a fan right there. So let's do that now while I'm thinking about... Oh, no, wait. No, we'll do it afterwards because we want to keep the... Well, actually, it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and change the color scheme again. I want to get a fan in place here, just like we had in the other side. Actually, I want to change the color scheme to be that. And then we'll do Willis ducts all along here as well. X junction. Willis corner. Okay. And then there is going to be one thing there, and then this will be... Huh. What do I have on that side? On this side over here, we got, it goes out to here. You know what we could do? We could take this Willis junction and actually just do a turn towards the we don't have to have it go that way, actually. You know what we could do? And this Willis duct here, we have a vent right there that goes to the... See, look, we have a vent right there. So why don't we do this one to be a T-junction and have this one be a turn? And do a corner, and we don't even... Oh wow, look, it's got a little... Oh no, that's a vent in the bottom. We do a turn like this, and then we can get air off of that right there. And not only that, but we have the air intake coming in through the other pipe too. More construction components. Oh wait, do I have? Where'd I get the pipes from that? Well, I guess this whole thing has pipes already. Okay. Oh, we get it all done then. Good. So now that's all in place. This is all set and ready to go. Except for the underside of this, which at this point in time doesn't really matter because there's not really any light out here anyway, so. Alright, so let's go ahead and get over here, and on this side here, I don't know. I guess we'll just leave that alone, maybe put a light down here. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll do a light fixture here because I don't really have anything to put there. And I don't want to leave it like a blank space. I want it to be functional on some level. I don't like leaving blank spaces. Okay, now on this side here, this is where we're going to put the light armor block that is going to be our base for our rotation device. And then more Willis duct here. This is where we're going to put the Willis duct. That's the... We got the corner, so the corner is going to go here. Actually, I don't know that I have any steel plates left, do I? Oh, I don't have any interior plates. That uses interior plates. Let's go over here and get some interior plates. Wow. hell? Oh, there it is, right there. They're really having a field day. Good target practice, guys. I just like to get done what we can get done before we start venturing forth to go and get more materials. Alright, now, let's get this Willis duck turning thing in place. Let's see. And then we'll get a T-junction here. There we go. Alright. Now, we gotta do what we can do. Get as much as we can get welded together without the steel tubes. Who knows, maybe we'll get lucky and the bug will show up with a whole bunch of steel tubes stuck in its stomach. Since apparently somewhere they're probably eating it. Yeah, I know, Suit Lady, I'm kind of ignoring that at the moment. Let's go not ignore it for a little bit. Alright, we do have to move this forward though and get the rest of this in place too, which is going to take some extra materials, but that's okay. This is important. We got to get this done. So, alright, I'm impatient, so we're just going to go ahead and get going anyway. What do we need on this? We got everything in there but metal grids. Might as well throw some steel plates on there too. Let's see, what do we got going on up here? Put what we can in there. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and get these set up. Alright. Okay, we're gonna need more steel plate. We're definitely gonna need more motors, so let's grab some more of those. Construction components for sure. Where are they? Come on, I know we got a bunch of them here somewhere. Ah, there they are. Okay, let's drop that off. We don't need that. Well, actually, we will need that, actually. We're gonna need, I think what we're gonna need to do, I hate to say it, but we're gonna need to get in here. Yeah, inventory is full, that's what I thought. Alright, cool. Whatever. We'll get those pipes in a bit. Right now, we got a new plan. We got to get this all set up. And the reason why I want to get this set up is because it just occurred to me that if we start getting under fire and stuff, it might be nice to have this front end done. So if it does take a hit, it'll be okay. Now, we were going to do Willis ducts for a lot of this stuff, but I think the nose needs to be like armor. And then we'll do armor all the way to here, and then we've got this area here. So let's do a that, like that, like that. All right, now. That. All right, cool. Really? Now, let's see. Does that line up with... close. I don't think there's anything that, well, maybe this. Does this fit like in that category? No. Let's see what, oh, that might work better actually. If we have that in place, well, that might work maybe. No, that's not going to really work either because it doesn't... Oh, there... Well, no. No, that still doesn't do it. Seriously, dude? Getting kind of feisty down there, aren't we? This'll do. It's gonna hurt. Oh, that was not what I... I didn't realize it was that far down. Okay. Alright then, we do this the proper way so we don't die. Alright, let's see what do we got. No. Alright, and there was one way out here if I recall. Is it still there, or did it get despawned? Alright, looks like... Oh, no. No, despawned. Bummer. Gotta move quick. Those things disappear fast. Oh yeah, I like how that looks. That actually is pretty cool, except the color. Not a... Well, actually the color isn't bad either. No, still can't get that, but that's okay. Alright. Okay. Nice, snazzy. Okay, so right about there is where, well, we could actually take it there, but if we do that, it'll be exposed to one side. I think that might be a better place for it. Alright, so let's go ahead and run back over here. Man, those bugs, those bugs are a pain in the butt. Okay. Let's do this. Let's get this thing done. Let's get her done. Get the bridge and they get the cockpit set up. Alright, so this is where the new cockpit is going to go. I like that. Alright, so let's go ahead and get these things set up. And then that also, the angle of that will allow that air vent to maybe take in a little bit of energy. I mean air. Keep the turbine going good. Because you don't really want to have the turbine blocked. You see, you want to have enough air coming in to be able to push down and get that thrust as much as possible, so I want to leave it open enough that it can get the air it needs. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's see what's in here. Okay, let's get this out of here. And let's move this. No problem. I actually like making it gray, because it does, it kind of stands out a little bit, which in a way is kind of cool. I also like the protection it affords. That's one of the reasons why I liked having it. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop 20 of the rounds, and then we're going to drop the Uzi pistol thingy. Alright, so this is not where I want to put the piston. Yeah. This is where we want to put the piston, because we want to be able to keep this part as secure as possible, since it is a weak spot with this thing in here. And actually, honestly, I feel like I want to move this up to here. That way it's actually in a much better spot, so. And I'm pretty sure that it's going to have a beef with this. So let's go ahead and set this up like so. Well, actually, you know what might be kind of cool? Let's make this a light. And I can shine down right above the because we're going to put the piston there, and that's where the landing gear is going to go. So it might be kind of cool to have a light that shines down on landing gear. And actually, we should do this for all of them. It might look really cool. Where's the other landing gear at? Right here. Oh, we can't, because the landing gear's right next to this thruster here. Oh, we could right here, though. Oh, but if we do that, it gets rid of that angle look. Well, we could put a light down on that side somewhere, and then that'll show it. So we'll just do that. We'll set a light up underneath there, right above it, in front of whatever it is there. So, but we'll do that later. Right now, we're gonna do and if we do it right here, that still leaves this area open here. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. Huh, this is gonna hurt. That's why I wanted to get rid of that in the first place. Alright, so yeah. Alright, so while we're down here, let's take a look and see where we're at. We got a thruster right over here, right next to is an intake. And then on this side we have our downward thruster directly. Oh man, that's not good. I didn't realize it, but our downward thruster is actually right on top of the piston for the landing gear. I didn't realize that when I was designing it. I'm fairly certain that it will destroy that landing gear. Unless I flip the landing gear around, it might not, but I'm pretty sure it will. Ah, man. Alright, so we got a couple of choices here. We can move the landing gear back, which does spread out the thrust a little bit. Or we leave it there and we move the landing gear over one, which we could do. I wonder if it might be smarter to move the, well, well, if we move the thruster over one square, I don't know that it's going to be a bad thing. But I didn't want to have more than 4 grid squares between them, just to maintain a certain level of continuity on thrust. You know what we may have to do? Take the thruster there and take it out and flip it over and put it over here and vice versa. Man, I didn't really think about that in the design, but I think that's, well, I wanted it further back too because of this over here. Let's see, can I reach up and get this in place first? Let's see here, guys. We're gonna take a look at this because I feel like it's not gonna work very well because of that issue up there. Let's see. All right, that's in place there, and then we have a landing gear there, and then, but it's not the same length down as those are. But it also means we could elevate that up that high too. But on the other hand, do we want it to be, well, now let's take a look at bring the truck in and see where the truck sits on this. Yeah, see, that's not going to work. Because as soon as the truck comes up, we'll be right up on it. So it actually does have to be in the middle there. It's got to be forward enough that it's not going to be in the way of the truck. And if we put it there, that's going to be best spot for it, actually. Alright. Okay, and then back here, these things. Ah, what a pain. Alright. Well, that's convenient. Give me the bug. Come here, bug. Ah, no. I want the... Can we please give me a power cell, guys? Where was the other bug that was hit? I know you shot... I thought I saw him shoot another one. Where is it? Where is it? I thought I heard him shoot another one. Come on, really? All I get is one with... Yeesh. Not making me very happy, guys. Not very happy at all. Alright. Okay, so we've got to move the forward landing gear and get that in place. Then I don't think I want to move the... we're going to have to move the rear landing gear too, because I don't want to screw around with where my placement is for those thrusters. As a matter of fact, I've been seriously considering adding an additional set of thrusters further back and lengthening out the base just to allow for a platform in the back. But the bigger you make it, the more power you need, which means we need more of these. So, yeah. Which is going to add to the weight. If we do hydrogen engines, we're going to need the hydrogen on board, which is also another reason why I wanted to set that there. But what I didn't take into account is the fact that these things need to be back further, which means they're going to need to be over there, which also means that I'm going to need to remove this. And that also is going to be a problem because of... Yeah, okay. We can't move them back because... Well, wait a minute. I'm seeing something weird here. That's right up on here. But that's not all the way out. What? I don't understand. What did I do wrong here? What's not symmetrical here? Okay, that's there. Yeah, that goes out a lot farther than the other ones. So what is the deal here? Okay, that one's lined up with this post here. And this one is lined up with this post here. So this is actually not... This needs to be here. So we got to move that anyway, because that is not in the right spot. So basically, we just need to move it over. We need to swap those with the propeller, which means that this metal thing here is going to need to go over to this side here, which is actually going to run across there, which is fine. And that will actually connect with that, which actually works out a lot better. And then that way we've got, yeah, okay, this works out really good. And we've got an oxygen tank here. We should balance it with a tank on this side, maybe put a hydrogen tank in place here. We don't have a connection for it though, but we can make one if we take this out and replace it with a connector. And we set this up with a connector. Actually, we could do one better. Let's do a T-junction there. Alright. Okay, so we're going to change it to white so we can go ahead and make sure we keep this consistent. And I'm going to make that white anyway because it's right here. So we're going to take care of that. Okay, and that's going to go away. And in place of this, we're going to put, well, we're going to change the color scheme again. So we match it up. And then we'll put a hydrogen tank here. And this is going to be for the ship. Put a lab hydrogen tank like so, and then that way, or we could do it like that, either way. I like it that way. We'll do it this way. Does that line up? No, it doesn't. Because this one is right here, goes that way, and we have a light Yeah, so this is the assembler here. So if we're gonna put it, we're gonna need to put it where our recycle assembler is. So if we do that, then the recycle assembler could actually go on the other side of this, which is actually smart. Okay, cool. Just doing a little rearranging, everybody. That's how we gotta do it in these days. Sometimes, you know, everything's gotta work out right. It's gotta be symmetrical. See, when you're doing, what I'm worried about is, and I'll tell you what I'm worried about. I'm worried about that if I don't assemble this properly, it's gonna be imbalanced when it flies, and we do not want imbalance when it flies. That would be bad. There's gonna be a block that's gonna fall on this, but all the recycled materials are right there. And of course, whoa! Okay, where did my recycled materials go? Dude, really? Where'd it go? What the hell, man? Holy crap! It flew all the way over here? Damn. It's just a box of silicone. No wonder it flew so far away. Wow! That was a hell of a fall. Alright, so we're gonna have to clear this one out. This whole thing is just crazy. We'll get this right, guys. This episode, I swear, we're gonna do it. We're gonna get it done. It's always something, though. It always is. But you know what? We'll figure it out. I should have known when it wasn't lined up with our. It actually works out really well to line it up with the turbines, because the turbines need the support anyway. So it works out fine that way. So, but here we go. So let's see. We're gonna need to, first of all, let's get our light armor plating in place, and we are also not doing, well, actually, you know what? Nope. We're already painted for it, so let's just do it. Let's get the hydrogen tank in place. It's gonna go here. And when we do it, we're gonna angle it the other way because we want it to connect up with the fan. Now, it would be really cool if Keen had, like, planets where there was hydrogen atmosphere, and then you could just harvest it. That would be so cool. You hear that, Keen? If you guys are listening or you're watching it on my stream, if you could have, like, exotic atmosphere planets, that'd be really cool. Hey, any of you modders out there that want to make a mod? It would be so cool to have that kind of setup, you know? Where you have a planet that's all hydrogen or a planet that's all nitrogen. Well, they basically already have that, but you know, have it so that it's like you don't realize it, but you're in there, and the next thing you know, you're trying to figure this stuff out. Of course, a planet with a hydrogen atmosphere would mean that you do not want to light up a fire or you're toast. So, I mean, it would be kind of complicated unless the hydrogen didn't have oxygen to work with, and in which case it wouldn't burn. Because to combust, you need to have both a combustible and oxygen to feed the fire. So, you know, that'd be a thing. Alright, let's go ahead and get all this off. And then we'll put that in place there. Alright, cool. Now, this is where we're going to have it come down. And I'm thinking that if we have it drop down right here on either side, it would be a lot more supportive, maybe. But I don't know. Maybe right here, though, since it's already got that in place. Yeah, maybe. Now, where is it? Let me see how far down. Now, we don't, on this one over here, we have it going all the way up. Now, if we had something that came down here that connected it, then it wouldn't have to be up this high, but it would be lowered down more. Wouldn't be flush up the base. But if we do it here, it at least is gonna, yeah, it has to be at this level. So what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna need to drop this down right here to provide the spot to hook it into. Yeah, we're gonna have to. We'll get that in place here too. Pirate Scout Drone. Oh yeah? You gonna come down here and play? Come on down, Pirate Scout Drone. That means that you've got other stuff going on. Not that you'd last 10 seconds, because you probably wouldn't. Alright. Yep, I knew that was coming, but that's okay. Alright, let's go ahead and get this, get our little, recycle assembler in place. This actually works out really well because this will give this the same basic level of weight distribution as the assembler does on the other side. So we'll be able to do both. I'm not too worried about having a large scale assembler. I mean, not a large scale assembler, large scale refinery. I mean, it would be nice to be able to refine uranium, but the weight would be too much. It would set me off on a spin for all kinds of stuff, and we don't want that. So, all right, let's go ahead and get our little thing in place here. We're gonna do like, nope. Let's go down there, yeah, like that. All right, cool. Now that's in place there. What do we got on this side over here? We've got just a square block of those things. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, we'll just have to put another Willis duct right here, and we'll do an angle so it fits in. Now, this isn't going to be an airtight thing like this, unfortunately, the way it is, but we can actually, let's change it. Let's do it. Let's make it angled so that it's airtight. I mean, it's fine. It's not like it's a big deal. We've got one connector there, but if we do it like this, at least it's going to be airtight, and that's important. So. And then we can get the, let's get the Willis duct in place here. And we don't want T-junction, we want a, whoop, missed it, corner. Alright. Alright, cool. Okay, so that's all in place. Yep, I know. And then over here is where we'll put our little thing here. We're going to go ahead and let's see here. We're going to go ahead and do this color here, and we're going to put our thruster upwards. Where's our mobility? There it is. One more. We'll do our upwards thruster here. And we could actually do it right off of, actually right there. I was thinking we might just go like, I'd like to take it down. I'd like to have it where it's not quite as obvious. But it looks like we don't have a choice. It's gonna have to be obvious. Yeah. Didn't really want to have it up that high, but it's gonna have to be where it's gonna have to be. Which leaves us with an open hole right here, but hey, Scout Drone, come on down to play. Okay. So what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna have a Willis duct that comes up so it can draw air directly from below, but still seal it off so that we don't have to worry about there being any problems. So let's go over here and go to structures and find our Willis duct. I just don't like having this big blank hole there. I think it looks kind of tacky. So let's go ahead and set up a direct, well, you know what? Don't need a corner. T-junction doesn't do you any good anyway. Oh, actually, T-junction, no. Oh, and now ramp might be kind of cool. Yeah. There you go. Oh, wow. Okay. How do we get to the... Alright, you're being troublesome here. You're not letting me get to what's below you. Oh well. We'll get that. We'll get it from the below. Lower level. Alright, so yeah. And then that leaves this area open here, where we will actually put a light, because remember, we want to have a light that shines down, so this is a good opportunity to install said light. But on the other hand, can we get access to this thing to be able to... Yeah, better wait. Can we get in there? Yeah, right there. Alright, let's go ahead and get the piston wheel set up. We'll have to rename it, of course. And this, of course, is our starboard piston. So let's go ahead and get in there. Starboard, space, landing, space, piston. Alright. Outstanding. We'll set the initial tensor. We're good to go with that. And now we're going to go ahead and set our light in place. Perfect. Oh man, this thing just, no matter what, it's not letting me get to that wheel stuck, man. Well, the framework isn't that bad, I guess. Okay, so we've got that in place. We've got that in place. We're good to go. We need to get the landing gear on there, but yeah, so let's go ahead and get a recharge on our suit. Yeah, you're not gonna, this isn't gonna work either, so we're gonna take that away. Yep, because we need to have some sort of like structural support here, so we're gonna put that there, and then we'll, well, actually we need to go forward right to here. So we'll actually put the light here instead. Or actually, you know what? We'll put the light here. Because we want the light to be on the outside of the ship ring. I know it seems kind of silly, but I have a picture in my head of how I want this airship to work. It better work though, because I'm not going to be happy if it doesn't. But we're going to try our best, okay? That's the goal, everybody. And this is all going to line up with this, so that's fine too. So let's go ahead and get this, let's see here. Now the other thing I got to think about too, what about, okay, we might want to just put, wait, hold on. I was just thinking of something. What about, well, we could put the turrets on the sides, I guess. I'm thinking about in the future we're going to want to move the turrets. But I think this is actually better, more supportive. Put this on here like this. I don't know, man. I'm thinking maybe Willis ducts, but we want to make sure we have a good support situation set up. Yeah, we're going to put that right there. And actually, you know what? I shouldn't have, because this is where the thing's going to go anyway, so that was dumb. Well, yeah, we're going to go ahead and put that there. Because I was thinking to myself, we're going to want to consider moving the auto cannons to the side. We want to have, well, we don't have the grids for it, but I'd like to get auto cannons on the sides. And you know what? Actually, we might actually have the grids for it if we do single barrel, small grid, customized auto cannons on the sides. I think that might be better than a large grid one. We could get more firepower out, and it'd be more economical to use. So let's go ahead and get in here. And we're going to take a good look at it. Yeah, see, I'm thinking, I mean, it is kind of boxy, but it is also it also is a flying ship, so you've got to allow for those deals. And I smooth out the front a little bit, you know, angle in some more angle to that, get the back end angled out a little bit more too. I'm thinking though too, getting that top turret, we don't really need the top turret as much as we need it around the ring. We're going to want side mounted turrets more than anything because we're got to cover the areas of approach from below and above. And what's that out there? Is that oh, it's a tree. Okay. And so I'm thinking that, yeah, but we do need to get the other solar panel situation set up because we've got daylight now, so we need to get that solar panel up. So right now, let's go get solar paneling. We got to get that camera up and running here. Let's see, let's good gravy. Fine, whatever. Alright, so let's get that let's see, where is it at? There it is, okay. Alright. And then let's see here. Yeah. That works. Okay, and then on this outside here, I mean, we could greeble it a little bit if we want to, I guess. Let's see, where's that light? There we go. Alright, that works. Okay. Cool. Alright, let's go over here and clean that up. Alright, now we gotta get you fixed up. Alright. Okay, well, now we know for a fact that we're good to go because that is the last, this here is the last grid from that facility that we know of. I'm sure there's underground parts, but we can't do anything with that at the moment, so. Alright, let's go ahead and get this thing set up here. Now, are we outside of all of our stuff? Yes, we are. Okay, good. Definitely gonna need some more of that. That's okay. We're getting it from this guy. Uh-oh. thought something spawned. I'm surprised that thing didn't lock onto the metal next to it. Alright. Good to go, good to go. Alright, let's get this other sorted here too, and we also need to get that done. So, we got work to do. Do we have anything left inside of here, by the way? Oh, we do! Alright, well let's collect it. What else we got in here? Anything else? Nope. Alright, cool. Alright, let's go back to work. This episode's been a lot of work on the Patchwork airship, but hey, I think we're getting some stuff done. Alright, now we gotta go back over to our other landing gear here, and we need to fix it. Oh, that was not a good plan. I should have known that that was all attached to that. Oh well, such is the way things work. I thought it was attached to the other thing, but I guess it was not. But you know what? That's okay. That's just the way stuff happens. Alright, so this is... I don't mind this being open air like this. This whole area down here isn't supposed to be sealed off. However, I think I want to put a door here. Oh my gosh. One of these days I'm going to learn not to do that while I'm actually standing on it. Alright, let's go up here. I want to be able to get this stuff set up so that down here is open air, but up there is not. So let's see here. We want to go ahead and use a walkway. But I want to do one that's not... Yeah, there we go. That might work. I think. Well, you know. Yeah, it's got to be a walkway because of that deal right there. This part here, I'm not too worried about. All this stuff here. That there is potentially going to have something in it. So it doesn't, you know, if I have you know, what you call it, like an augmenter or something like that, it would be okay there. So, but I don't know, well, probably. We could have it be, this would be a closed doorway, opens up out to here, and this is all walkways and open stuff, so, yeah, I think this will work. We'll do grids on this one then. Alright, so let's rotate that like that, and there we are, we're good to go. And now we can take and turn this into a door. Oh crap. I didn't think about that. Okay, well, we have now tested the theory. And the theory holds true. So I'm okay with that. Alright, so there we are. We now have a door. Alright, so that is going to be the door out to this area here. Alright, that works out nicely. Sort of. Maybe. Kinda. Alright. On this one here, we don't really have to have... It's open to the... Well, I do like having access to the pipe and everything. It's kind of cool, I think, so... But we don't really have to have access out to here, but we could. I don't know. Well, it might be kind of nice to have something where I can go out and do that, so... Yeah, I like that. Alright, let's do it. On this side here, we're going to go ahead and do another... do one of these, but I want to... Yeah. Right like that. And then on this side, we're gonna match it with a passageway. Okay, where's the X passage? There it is, right there. Alright, cool. Okay, and then... Now, this one here could be blocked out. I don't know. We'll see. It still potentially could be... Oh, yay. I'm gonna jump down. I should be safe from this height, I think. Come on. What do you got more? Ow. I guess not. What do we got? What do we got? I'll take it. Pipes, we can use those. Oh, yes! Okay. All these pipes are going to be great for use with our, with all the venting we got going on. That's nice. That works out good. That was a good find. Okay, so in here, on this one here, we don't really need to have anything because, but we have this here. This will be our walkway out to the back part here. So this one here is going to stop here for that, because this is going to be where we're going to put a, for that assembler. I mean, we really don't have to do something like that, but I'm thinking it's kind of cool, you know. So let's see, speed module to make it happen faster. You can't do a yield module. Power efficiency module would be great if we have power cells, which is actually probably a good idea. So we'll slap that on there. That's going to be fine for that. And then for this one here, we have this pipe, or the access to the tanks. So maybe, but I don't know that we really have to have that access. So maybe connect it via a walkway, or have like, oh, let's just use a walkway. How about that? Oh, we'll just connect the walkway back and forth with a light. Ah, there we go. Just do the lighted walkway maybe? Or, you know what we could do? There's one of these that has a window on the roof. Yeah. Like that. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. That's really, I mean, not that you can't see through the grids, but I don't know, something about a window on the ground sounds kind of cool. And, oh wait, we've got a light there, that's right. Is there a light on that side? No, there is not. But there is a light right here, but I don't know that that light's gonna stay there, so. But, yeah, so this gives us our walkways on the lower level on that side. We don't have a walkway on this side yet, but we're going to, so that's kind of how this goes. I don't know that I want a walkway all the way out to that. I think we're at where I would want to be, actually. So I am going to do this, and we're going to replace this with a, let's do this with, let's get one that has the grating on the side thing, you know, the protection. Actually, you know what? Maybe we will leave it like this. Yeah. Leave it like that. Have it turn like that. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. Oh, I forgot. We have to move this thing. Oh, no. I forgot about that. Alright. This ain't gonna happen then. I forgot all about the fact that this whole thing is gonna be... This is where the thing's gonna be. Yeah. It's gonna be right there. This all gets moved, doesn't it? Let's see here. We're this is center line here. 1, 2, there we are. Okay. 1, 2, there we are. So that's where it's gonna go right there. Yeah. So that's actually not a good spot for that in reality. But we do want to have something here. So yeah, so we do want to have, we'll put this like this, we'll put one right here. There we go, that's that in place. And then we'll have another grid. We'll have a block like that. Well, that, and then this is where the piston's going to go here, so we might as well grind that out. Oh, that was good. Brilliant. Well done. Alright, so we got that in place. So let's go get our stuff moved over here and get the landing gear in place, and then we'll be good to go. I know it's a little bit longer episode today, guys, but that's okay. You know, that's how we do things sometimes. We've had a lot of really good ones. Alright, guys. I think we're going to call this one an episode. It's been a good couple hours. We'll see you next time on Space Engineers. Bye.